Good evening, my big cow brothers. I'm finally fucking loaded. Only took them 6 fucking hours. Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
I just need your paperwork now, brother, so I can compare your seal. Yeah, no, the process to make us do is really stupid. Oh, what did you about?
Sam, no.
Appreciate you, sir. All right, looking good, looking good. I just need a signature right here.
Well,
All right, boss. You have a good night.
have a good night. Hey, D-Man 50. What's up, Cyber? RO. Hope you boys are all right. It's a beautiful night for a drive. Yes, exactly. Papers, please. Hard to believe I got here at 1:30 and they've only It's now 7 o'clock. 7 fucking 30. Very quick. Very quick. You're edible, RO. RO, Cyber, why don't you guys hop on? I know D-Man doesn't get on very much. He's welcome too. Woof,
Woof, woof.
woof. Oh, there you are.
They got you loaded, did they?
Yep. I figure we'll make it about as far as Dougie Edwards land.
Mm-hmm.
And how was the rest of your day?
My neck really started bothering me with some sharp shooting pains. So I helped get 3 to 4 routes that were out checked in, and I said, I'm leaving.
Well, you did your part.
Yeah. Yeah, take it easy, though.
Yeah, you do.
What's up, Leo? What you want?
You want some love.
He wants to go outside, cock his leg on everything.
That too. It's so funny. Sam really likes my mom,
Uh-huh.
and their dog gets so jealous because she's bigger, right? And Sam just jumps up in my mom's lap. Penny's not allowed to do that because, well, she's bigger,
Right.
and she gets so jealous. But she likes Sam too. So she's kind of conflicted.
Yeah, I can see that. What's up, Arvero?
Well, did I tell you I got my hearing aids today?
No, you got him over the weekend.
No, I got them today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And when the first thing I did when I walked outside of the doctor's office there, the VA, is there was some birds over in the tree. Not
Mm-hmm.
too close. Not too close. I heard them singing, and I hadn't heard anything like that for 30 years. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I imagine it was.
That's why today's thumbnail is what it is.
There's a video floating around the internet. You've probably seen it, but it shows a man who has been deaf all his life getting some kind of a implant that allows him to hear.
Yeah.
And the doctor puts it in and says, "Can you hear me?" And he's like, "Yes, I can." And then his wife starts talking to him. And he goes, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" How do you listen to that all day? Coach Laundry is here.
All right. How's it going, Tom? Or is Coach Laundry somebody new? No, that's Tom Laundry.
Yeah, I just was going on a play on his name like he does. What's up, ape?
Monkey boy. Hey, Grinch.
What's up, Grinch? Grinch says, where are we going? We're going to West Nashville.
No, West Memphis.
That's what I meant.
That's where I'm going. The load is going to go on from there down to Florida, but this is my part of it.
Yeah, West Memphis.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
I am Cornholio.
Oh my God, it's a hamster.
Mr. Hemi Fourweed. Oh my God, he's here.
Hamster.
How you doing, man? What's going on?
Just finally got loaded, hamster. Now I'm going for a little drive.
Yeehaw! Oh baby, where the hell are you? Though you must be down south somewhere, man.
Yeah, I'm just leaving Springfield, Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm up here in the Nordland and it's already getting dark. So it's that whole Earth curvature thing. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
It's sundown here too. But I'm kind of west. It's the east-west thing that really gets you.
And it's the UFO flying out my hotel window. Oh my God! It's the Wisconsin UFO thing with the whatever with the what the hell is that? Is that a freaking oh? It is a UFO. Yeah, it's probably from Uranus.
It could be.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Apparently,
it's sitting there up in the yeah.
You know, I read this headline, but I didn't read the story because I was getting my stream ready. But apparently, Hubble discovered something about Uranus.
And what was that, Brandon? Was there a hamster in the Uranus? Or
I don't know. I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline.
It was probably a hamster, or a corn, or a corn cob. There's corn cob up my,
Do you think that the Hubble is powerful enough to see a hamster in your anus?
it's possible. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's just raspberry and chocolate.
Chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate.
Ooh, chocolate. I'm gonna dunk your chocolate in my chocolate. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
RO, is that your old lady, or who is it?
It's my daughter.
Your daughter. Oh, okay. She sounds very nice. How is she? Hope everything's well.
She's doing good.
Good.
She's very nice.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, that's good.
She's respectful.
There's a few nice chicks in the world yet. The future generations are going to come back and say, boy, that was a fucking mess, wasn't it? All this feminism horseshit.
Hopefully.
I think it's happening, actually. I think there's some pushback. So I'm wondering, because they they fly planes over the roads and get you, they ticket you from the airplane. But that thing is just sitting there hovering. So I'm thinking it's more like a UFO with Bigfoot and all kinds of shit in there. It's going to be crazy tonight. I'm telling you. They're coming right to my hotel room and they're going to probe me. Oh my God.
Well, to get around that, you need to take one of those little plastic knives and spread some brie on your rectum. And they'll see that and they'll say, oh man, this guy's sick. We don't want to touch him.
There's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any brie. I guess I'll chew up some Swiss cheese and shove it up my ass.
There you go.
That's capture that one. Oh my God. What is wrong with us?
I believe it's called... Go ahead.
Yes. Someone is calling the hamster. Yes, sir.
Did you see Rusty's short that he put out today?
I didn't. I'm going to have to look it up. Rusty has a short. Does he have a channel? I didn't know that. Good. I'll find it.
Yeah, it was dedicated to you.
Oh my God. It was dedicated to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I feel... Thank you, Rusty. Was it slamming me that I have Richard Gere up my ass or something, or what was happening?
No, it's one of your favorite catchphrases.
Oh God. What is that, sir?
Get to the chopper.
Do it now. Yes. Well, I'm wondering, maybe I should take a video of this thing. Because it's just sitting there.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
And yeah. And
I could post it up my YouTube channel and shit.
You have a YouTube channel?
I know, it's hard to believe, but yeah. Yeah, who would want to listen to me? I have no idea. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, shit.
Well, we got 3 people on here, but Hemi's not talking.
Oh, Hemi, come on, man. We're gonna do the thing.
Can't get a word in edgewise with the hamster here.
Well, I'll just shut up then.
All right, then I'll sing.
That's all it took? Holy shit, that was easy.
It's not queer. It's not gay. Hamster shut his mouth today. It's not gay. It's not queer. How long will the rodent be here? Okay.
Well, I can't cook soup because I don't have a stove.
So
I'll probably be here a while. Yeah.
There's my Grinchy.
Okay.
Good.
So we're gonna go R-O, and then hamster,
Okay.
then Hemi, and then Grinch. So start it off, R-O.
Well, of course, I'm going to ask, is it edible?
Yes.
You are hauling pork rinds.
No.
Well, you should be.
All right, hamster, you're up. No, I won't answer any questions. except for the one yes or no question you get.
Oh my God, you're being a hard ass now. What the hell is
am.
this? Oh my God.
I am.
New rules are in effect. Now he has hearing aids. Holy shit, he can hear what we're saying. Fuck. Damn it. All right, Mr. Brandon, True Blood. Let's see, it's edible. We don't even get a clue. We just have to guess. Is that it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It's edible.
I'll give
Is
you
it
one clue? Would you
Okay.
like your clue? It fits
Sure.
in a truck.
Thank you. Well, that's helpful.
You
It fits
still
in
get
a
a yes or no question to narrow it down, Hamster.
Okay, we're gonna narrow it down now. Let's see. It's edible. Do I have to guess the thing, or can I ask a question?
Ask a
You
question.
can ask a question.
Okay. Mr. Trueblood. Is it edible by humans?
Yes.
It is a semi-load of pork and beans.
Woo. No.
Damn.
All
You'd
right,
like that
Mr.
shit
Hemi.
and fly like a rocket.
Is it plant based?
Yes.
You're hauling a truckload of instant mashed potatoes.
No, I am not.
That's a hell of a guess, though. Never even thought of that. That's good. That's good.
All right. Sergeant Grinch.
Does it come in bottles?
Yes.
You're
And so do I.
So does Hamster.
That's really not necessary.
I think someone's implying something. He's probably right.
You're hauling cob sauce.
No, I am not.
Damn it.
All right.
Did we get
And-
Grinch?
Yes, that was Grinch.
Oh, okay.
He said I was hauling cob sauce. He was.
Cob sauce. Yeah. We have to invent the cob sauce, but we will. We will. Don't
In
worry
11
about that.
days.
That's right. A week from Saturday. Or Friday, whatever it is.
Saturdays when we're doing the Cob Goblin sauce
Mm-mm-mm.
contest.
Good.
All right. R.O., you are up again.
Is it an alcoholic beverage?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Damn.
You are hauling Coca-Cola.
No, I am not. Okay, Mr. Hamster, you are up, sir.
Is this material that we can eat? Is it contained in some kind of? Well, yeah, we talked about a bottle or something, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
you
did.
were coming in them.
Well, it must be one of them big, massive 44-ounce bottles, because I got some cock. Okay, hauling in bottles. Okay, it's edible by humans. Is it also edible by animals, Brandon?
Probably.
You are hauling plastic bottles full of creamed corn going
No,
to
sir.
Nebraska. Oh,
No,
come
sir.
on.
No, sir, I am not.
Ew,
Mm,
nasty.
that is nasty. Yeah. I worked in a factory once where we made cream corn. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
You
Trust me. You just don't want to know.
Hamster was the corn creamer.
I was the corn creamer. That's right. Oh man, I tell you what,
Is it
that's a true story
condiment?
too.
What was that, Hempy?
Is it a condiment?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my God.
It's not gay. It's not queer. It makes your, well, spicy in your ear. It's not queer. It's not gay. How many knew that I had condiments in my rear today?
Oh, what is it? Hot sauce or something?
I have all kinds of different condiments.
Oh, like ketchup, mustard, relish.
Yes.
Ah,
Everything that McCormick makes that's saucy.
ah. Well, I mean, if I have to say it, maybe nobody else will say it. I think you kind of gave him a break. He said condiment. He didn't say relish. He said condiments. So it could have
Well,
been anything.
you should be a good friend and relish his victory.
Oh my God, it's hard to catch up with this guy. I'm telling you, it's
I win
crazy.
so much, you'll never catch up to me.
Oh
That
my
sounds like
God,
a big case of cheese whiz.
could be, yeah. I mean, cheese whiz is sort of a condiment, kind of.
Kinda.
But then again, up in Canada, they have different names for condiments.
You got any salsa mixed in there?
Got some
I
salsa.
imagine I do.
Are these like little packets of condiments that go to like hotels and shit?
I don't know. They're on pallets right now,
Mm-hmm.
and
I mean, don't you inspect your load? I mean, they could say it's condiments, and you got some Bolivian marching powder in there.
well, what I do is when I sign off the bill of lading, I
Mm,
write these three letters SLC, and that
SLC.
tells everybody that I didn't inspect the load because I wasn't there to witness the
The loading
loading.
of the load. Yes,
Yeah,
the loading of the
don't
load.
let you
Yeah,
they don't let you in the warehouse because you're a dirty trucker.
because you're a dirty, evil bastard from hell. Let's see now. I bet I can share a video here because this is weird. I'm gonna hold on. Wait, you guys talk. I'm gonna get a beer first. But I'm telling you, it could be Venus. I mean, it could be Venus out there.
You got any of that German beer left?
Oh yeah. Oh, I found some more of it. Yeah, yeah, Deutschland, yeah. I was gonna read a passage actually from Mr. Hemi Fourweed.
Well, he just
It's
dropped.
oh my God, it's in French. I mean, he should like that.
He
It
probably
says,
would.
Sweet.
He probably
return
knew you were going to do it and started
He
fapping.
probably knew it. Yeah, he probably knew it. Yeah. It says return for a refund where applicable. Consigne la oloi la prescribed. What's something? And it says Quebec, 20 cents, consigne refund. So there you go. There's my French for the day.
Yay!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Oh,
You're
yeah.
a polyglot.
Oh, God, I'm a fat glot for sure. I'm looking at myself in the
about-
mirror. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, how big of a belly can you have? I guess
You
it
were
can
about
keep
to
growing.
share a video?
Well, I might here. I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's gotta be Venus up there.
You were getting a beer first.
I was gonna get a beer. That's gotta be Venus. Let me look on the star maps while you guys chat amongst yourselves here. I'll figure out what's this. It's gotta be a star or something. I'll be right back.
What's up, JR? He's on channel number 14.
Yep. I wrenched him earlier today.
Probably be able to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yeah. We got those in abundance. Only one Pet Boy's in town, though. Uh-oh. What's Hamster? I see a view through his window. He's got a Carl's Jr. to the right. And it would appear he's pointing at some street lights. Uh-huh.
Ah!
We lost it.
No, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay. Okay. Street lights, then pointing up.
Hamster,
There's your
we can't
reflection.
see shit. Your camera sucks.
I want to know why he's fingering his glass.
Hey, you do what you got to do.
I see those two LEDs reflected in the glass moving around. It's a mighty fine window there, Hamster. You get the urge to lick it.
Probably about every 5 minutes.
That was a good one.
Looks like Hamster might be on the second or third floor.
He's in the penthouse, the Richard Gere suite.
He's moving on up.
To the top, in the deluxe apartment, in the sky.
What's
Hey,
going on,
Cyber.
fellas?
Oh, there he is. Hey, Cybertoxin. Good to
Yeah,
see you, sir.
That street light is washing out the star or planet or whatever he's trying to show us. Because it would be a light up there in the sky and the street light's too close to it. It's washing it out.
Ooh, look at that lamp.
That's a nice 1970s lamp.
He'd probably have to go outside and walk closer to the street lamp.
He's not
Get
going to
close.
do that.
Get closer to the star, Hamster.
Yeah, get closer to the star.
Can't
You were
see it.
trying to show us Venus.
He was trying to
You
show
know
his
what?
penis.
Hey, you're stealing my jokes, man.
All right, who called Riggs?
I farted. Sorry.
Well, somebody called the penis ghost.
Penis.
Riggs, how dare you defy my
Penis is in the building.
Now there's no room for us.
Oh, come on.
So,
Yeah,
Hamster,
come on.
I saw your live stream about a week ago or so where you were playing around with
Uh-oh.
Suno.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That inspired me
Kind
to,
of fun.
yeah, I decided to go ahead and download the thing. And then I ended up buying a subscription to it
Oh, no.
so that I could do editing. Yeah. I bought it for a year.
What'd you come up with? Anything good?
Oh, yeah.
Would you
I'd-
care to share it with us?
I could upload one. I got the
Do it now.
perfect one
Do
too.
it.
It's one you've never heard before. Brandon, do you remember my first upload? That was the picture of the rabbit, the white rabbit holding a watch.
Vaguely.
Well, the poem says, "Made a wish to be a star, trade all
Oh,
this for
Yeah,
who you
I-
are."
I remember.
Well, I got Suno to do one of those, and they made it jazzy,
Oh, nice.
and it goes pretty good with the background. You know, the stars in the background. I just added some effect. I'm gonna upload that in a month, May 15th.
And what is the significance of that date?
That's just when I uploaded it last time.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of interesting events that happened on the 15th, and in the descriptions, starting in May and then June, July, and all that, I'm gonna upload a video every month on the 15th, and in the description I'll have a bunch of events that happened on that day. It was like I did last time.
Okay.
I actually had all of those. I had the list of all those events and stuff saved on my phone, so it won't be too difficult.
Cool.
But
did you know that today is International Quantum Day?
International Quantum Day?
Yes.
I didn't.
You would think it fluctuates which day of the year it is.
Could be the day, but if you look, it might not be. Oh my God!
Oh!
Oh!
Schrodinger's calendar.
That's right.
Schrodinger's calendar.
Schrodinger's calendar. I love it. The sky tonight. I can't. There used to be all kinds of fucking shit about the sky at night. Now there's nothing. What the hell is this? It's crazy. Auto detect location. Sure.
Is
red skies at night. Yeah. Oh.
I was sort of doing deep in the heart of Texas, but you can go with yours too.
Let's see. America, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we want to look west, northwest, actually. What's up there? It is nothing that should be that bright. It's got to be a UFO. Has to be. It's not Venus. Venus is a morning star this month.
That's right.
So I don't know what the... God bless it. It's really fucking bright, though. I mean, holy shit.
Could be Jupiter.
It's very bright. Yeah, it might be. Let's see if I can find something here. Northwest.
It's an incoming asteroid.
Well, could be.
Do you
Could
see
be
the
a
crack?
comet. What's that?
Well, if it's an asteroid, do you see the crack?
That's all you think about is ass, isn't it? You're a sick fuck.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
What's your point?
Just not saying anything.
Okay.
Actually, I might be looking in the wrong place. They say Uranus.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
They're looking for Uranus is out tonight, but Uranus is never that bright.
No, it's sort of random.
Yeah,
You need binoculars to get that.
All right, so I haven't shared this one before, but I wrote it a long time ago.
Tom Petty Jam, okay.
Tea Party Jam. And the artwork here is by a guy named Mark Bryan. So I didn't make the art.
Is the T for like transvestite?
It could be. Who knows these days? Here we go. Oh, it's muted. Hold on.
Come a little closer, sit right next to me. I'm good company, have a cup of tea. I've been lonely, I've had only My friend Misery, well, here's a situation with cause for celebration. Here I am, you're here too. Now I'm feeling smothered, so I need to find another place to sit my sorry face between Misery and you. So get up if you're able, we're moving down the table. We have many more delicious treats in store. All you need to do is forget about you and stick with me. Eventually, you'll be back where you were before. Listen very closely, you'll miss it if you blink. Am I drinking cause I'm lonely? Am I lonely cause I drink? All these questions are exactly why I hate to think. With so much celebration, now we have a situation. Who am I? Who the fuck are you? Now I'm feeling lonely, it's like you don't even know me. No one puts the party like me and Misery and you. So get up if you're able, we're moving down the table. We have many more delicious treats in store. All you need to do is forget about you and stick with me. Eventually you'll be back where you were before. Your fuck philosophy is chaotic amnesty. Sir, your tea smells a bit like shit to me. Your excuses are just useless. Goddamn hyperbole now. Here's the situation, we have too much information. It's all across the nation, it's gone worldwide. With all we know, we can't see now, and we have no idea how to deal with all the crazy, fucked up shit we put inside. So get up if you're able, we're moving down the table. We have many more delicious treats in store. All you need to do is fuck it all about you and stick with me. Eventually, you'll be back where you were before. I promise.
Very nice.
I like
very
it.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah, that's good.
You guys know who Bo Burnham is?
Never heard of him.
He plays piano. He does a bunch of weird, quirky songs with comical lyrics. The first one that Suno made that I liked was on a piano. Bo Burnham plays the piano. It reminded me a lot of him, and that's kind of why I kept going. He's an ass.
There we are, talking about ass again.
Yeah, always. Always gets back to the ass.
But it took quite a few tries before it actually gave me an acoustic version, and that was the demo that I gave to Suno, because I played it, sang it, and the recording that I gave it was from like 2019, I think. And was not good quality at all, but they got it to sound like the music sounds exactly how I wanted it to sound. The singing, not quite so much. The timing of the lyrics, not quite so much. But I really like it. It's some good software, especially if you go to edit things. And it gave me some really twisted fucked up shit.
To edit it. How much is it a year?
Less than $100. It's like 94, I think.
Really? Wow. Okay.
It's $10 a month. If you buy it per month, it's $10, and if you buy it by the year, it's $8 a month.
It's actually pretty good. You know, it's impressive what they've done. It's pretty good.
That would be 96.
96 hair skins in my underwear with grape juice in my pie, or something, right? You could do all that kind of weird shit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gray pubes in my tidy whities.
The original version of the render I just shared was like almost 3 minutes, with 25 seconds or so of him just speaking, saying weird shit. They were words.
Weird shit, yeah, exactly.
They were words, but they didn't go together, and it had no point to it at all. I was thinking about leaving it in there because it absolutely sounded like somebody trying to have a conversation while they're wasted, blackout drunk.
Mm.
But it
Nice.
was eerie, like creepy. So I had to take it off of there.
Now, some idiot out my window, they left their lights on in their little Chevy Aveo or whatever, and it's just sitting there burning their lights. That or it's a drug dealer out there trying to get some, customers or whatever. Yeah. Kind of a rough town here, boys, where I'm at, A little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Well, if you see Kyle Rittenhouse, get his autograph for me, would you? Approach
Okay.
him
Yeah, I'll send it
slowly.
to you.
I
Approach him
thought he moved
slowly.
to Arizona.
No, they wouldn't let him
Oh.
into, or they wouldn't let him be a student at Arizona State University.
Really?
Yeah, all the lefties fucking protested him.
Oh, he's so evil. He's a Nazi. Oh my God.
He shot those fucking child molesters and transvestites.
Yeah. Now, is Hemi here now or not?
I don't see his avatar.
Okay, well, somebody could look out in the western sky. It's not just me. You guys can see whatever this is, right?
Only if the Earth is flat.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's still hanging in the sky, man. And it might be one of those National Guard flares or some shit, Who knows? But
It could
was
be
the Blue Origin.
eternal flame coming off of Tim Waltz's axe.
I'm eternal flame. Remember that song from the Bangles? I think it was the Bangles.
Yeah, that was the Bengals. Yeah.
Yeah, Susanna Hoffs was pretty hot, though. Hey, how you doing?
Still looks good. In
Yeah.
her 60s.
She's in her 60s now.
Yeah.
Jesus. I might have a chance. How you doing? Can I strum your guitar, baby, or what?
Only on the open G string.
I can do that. I can play some chords on your pie, bitch.
I bet you that she probably couldn't even feel you.
Well, with the size of my, yeah. There you go, giving me shit about my dick again. My God. I'm going to stab somebody tonight.
I wasn't making any comments on your penis size. I was just commenting on the fucking amount of cock that she's had in her that I doubt she feels fucking anything.
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, maybe she wasn't one of the hoes. We don't know. She's Canadian anyway, so Emmy would know, right?
Anybody can walk down a hallway without bumping into the walls.
And the answer can do it right up somebody's ass if I'm looking for fun, I mean. Oh, God, we're sick motherfuckers. What are we going to do?
What's up, Frost?
Hey,
Frosty. Come on in, Frost. Tell us about your Hawaiian adventure. Got any volcanoes and shit going on there, or what's going on?
Yeah, we had volcanoes, and I sicked my dog on them, and now they don't erupt anymore.
And then I'm gonna collect water from the clams that show up in the bay because they're really good. And the water's pure because the clams are the thing. And we love you, Frosty.
Well, they are filter feeders.
They are filter feeders, yeah. They are. And then, instead of buying, Wasp Club, we're going to get some sponges and shit that wash up on the shore, and then we're going to clean our balls with sponges and shit and
soaks
jellyfish.
them in vinegar, just like the Romans did.
Oh, God. And did Jesus. Yeah, that's not good. It is Jesus week here, so you guys all about the Lord and Savior.
I thought on this hemisphere it was Jesus.
It could, well, in Mexico it probably is, yeah.
If we can't find a sponge, we could always use a cob.
Well, we all love corn cobs. Right up the old poop chute. Especially
Hey, K-Plan.
Father Saunders. K-Plan is here. Oh my God. All the people are here tonight.
Yeah, Brandon's got everybody tonight.
I was going to stream this UFO, but I think I'm not going to do it because Brandon has got everyone listening. So I'll just save it for tomorrow. Since if it's a planet, it'll come back tomorrow probably.
Well,
My God. Could be a comet or something. Oh my God.
Do you have a microwave in your room?
No. It's supposed to have a microwave,
Oh my
but
God,
they
you
don't.
can't even do microwave soup.
No, I cannot. No soup.
No popcorn for you.
I got to go out and get soup if I want to get out soup, soupy and shit. I can't go to Walmart and just get some cans of soup and nuke them. I'm fucked. I'm going to die. Pray for me. No soup for 2 weeks.
Hang on, Snoopy.
Hang on, Snoopy.
Snoopy, hang on.
Mm-mm. Hang on, Soupy!
No soup for you. No soup for you. Stop it.
I'm being denied. It's terrible. But I mean, there's a restaurant like 2 blocks away, so I could go get some soup if I have to. But after these long days, I just fucking come home and have like 2 beers and go to bed. Or 3. Well, maybe 6. Yeah, who knows?
Maybe 6.
Maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. This is number 6. Wow. Yeah, Warsteiner, the German beer of beers. Das einzig wahre. I've had Spaten.
Spot.
Yeah.
Well, I know if we get some of the European guys on here, they get crazy about their beers, right?
Wrong time of day for them fellas.
I mean, Spaten's fine. Vorsteiner is fine. Hockenshore is good. I mean, it's beer. It's
Hey,
good.
Rusty.
Stella's good. I like Stella. I know it's not German, but it's European.
You're a girl. What a Stella?
Why don't you just drink water? It's cheaper and it comes out of the faucet. You.
Oh my God. Stella Artois.
Isn't that Italian?
No, it's Belgian.
It is.
No, it's Belgian.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Belgian.
Oh, I thought it was Italian.
No, they have Peroni and some other stuff down in Italy.
Oh,
Not-
Peroni's fucking awesome too.
Clinton got Peyronie's disease too.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. That's the bent dick disease? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. My God, it's so long. Hillary, look, it's bent. I'll give you something you've never had before. Yes, I only like women because I'm like, oh my God. Evil.
Did you guys
So-
see Hammer yesterday? As soon as Flanders came on the stream.
Oh, he
got
had
me
Flanders
with
on.
Cobb sauce. As soon as he came on.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Every time he sees him, he hits him with the Cobb sauce.
That's fucking funny. I'm gonna have to watch that. That sounds fun.
Oh shit.
So I have no excuse. I can't get. Oh my God, my soup is overflowing because I don't have any soup. It's terrible.
You need one of them small portable crock pots so you can cook your soup while you're gone.
Well, I hope that I'll never have to do this for a few years. I don't like to travel.
Hamster, when I bought my big crock pot, they gave me a little small crock pot. I could give that to you.
Oh yeah. Well, that would be nice.
Yeah.
You've never given me anything else
Herpes.
except your hate.
I've given you plenty of meals at.
Hey, come on now. Oh, wait a minute. I think that was kind of a yes, Lenny's and
Yes, and you've given me plenty of meals at Lenny's too.
That's true. I'd say it's about even. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
would too.
fuck. You fucker. Well, I ain't gonna be in.
I don't have.
Yes.
I don't have to buy any meals when I'm there, because Saunders he got to feeling guilty because I bought his whole family a meal. And,
Is that right?
You don't have to pay for nothing when you're there, Brandon.
I mean, is that for the rest of us too? We can all have free corn cobs.
No.
Damn.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
What's going on, James? Hi, James.
I do have a question for RO, though.
Yes, sir.
How's your swallow game?
Bit tender.
Love me tender, love me sweet. Don't force
Never.
your cock in, because my neck is really sore, and I'll pop like a tick. Love me tender.
Me tender, love me true, because my heart bleeds with corncob juice. Oh. I mean, Mr. Father Saunders, Sergeant Saunders, he doesn't even bother coming on here anymore. He's like, oh my God, they're giving me too much shit. But he goes on Hammer's channel. So there you go. Perfect.
Flanders only comes on when Brandon drives at like 4 or 5 in the morning when he's just waking up.
Well, yeah, Saunders is fucking lit after 2 bottles of vodka and corn cobs. Oh my God. I mean, I try, man. I get up sometimes early in the morning. It's like, is Saunders on here? It's like, oh God, yes he is. Then he's going to show us his corn cob and his sauce and all that stuff.
I like it when he repeats the same thing 10 times. That's really
He
cool.
never does that. You know, Brandon, he never does that. Never does that. Nope. I've never done that. Well, let me tell you about something here in Nebraska. Let me tell you that thing in Nebraska again.
Tell me about it. Tell me.
Well, here, I got to tell you something about Nebraska. Oh, no. Anyway, you fucks, I do have to get something to eat and go to bed. So, hey, have a safe trip.
Streaming.
No, I ain't going to stream tonight. I'm going right to bed. So,
Sweet dreams, hamster.
all right. See you guys later.
Nighty-night.
Bye.
And then there were 4.
It's almost like the rodent went away. But luckily, we have another rodent. The dormouse is here. Of course, he's quiet as a dormouse. Quiet as a mouse.
He's defending your chastity, Brandon.
Oh, good.
Was he a time traveler?
No, he hangs out in teapots.
He's short and stout.
That one's his handle, but don't touch the spout.
Oh, shit.
Kind of what I'm thinking, too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I took my steroid today.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep on your stream. I wake up and you're gone.
Yeah. Well, you were bitching. You woke up one time. You were bitching. I was taking a nap till my wife got home.
Yeah, you shouldn't be falling asleep. when you take steroids, you should be wide awake. I fall asleep. Gosh. I'm old. It was 70-some degrees today. Beautiful sky. I should have been out there riding my motorcycle. Instead, I was sleeping in my chair. Oh, gosh. Too old.
Wait to get downhill.
So you're
Right
going to
beside the-
Memphis, Tennessee?
Down.
Is that where you're?
That's eventually where I'm going to be. I'm not getting there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to Memphis, Arkansas, West Memphis. You know,
Memphis, Arkansas, on the
the
other
worst
side
part
of
of
the river.
Memphis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
West Arkansas, West Memphis is the name of the city.
Never
It's
heard of
horrible.
it.
It's fucking horrible. It's probably the worst place that I regularly go through.
Hmm.
It's every bit as bad as Gary, Indiana.
Oh, my goodness.
If not worse.
Never been there. Don't think I want to go.
No, you don't. It's one of those places you just want to drive through it as fast as you can.
What's it on 40?
Yeah.
You know, a little over a year ago, I was talking to somebody about Gary, Indiana, and, you know, telling them what happened there, what it used to be, what it is now. And at some point, he tried to tell me that that's not what's going on there. He got this know-it-all attitude about it, which I found really strange, because when I started talking to him about it, I had just asked him if he had ever heard of Gary, Indiana. And he said no.
Oh. And
So I
then he knew
started telling
everything.
him about it. Right. We were talking about economic issues and history of pretty much sabotage of industry in our country.
Yep. A lot of people made a lot of money on outsourcing.
Wasn't me.
Fuck the rest of us.
When he went into denial or into his what seemed to be know-it-all attitude was shortly after I had mentioned that a racial divide, race issues were used as a catalyst. He's a radical socialist.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Did you hear the good news today, though, for the economy?
What's that?
Taiwan has lowered their tariffs on American goods to 0%.
Oh, wow.
And that the president of Taiwan, they're building a huge microchip plant in Arizona. They guaranteed another $11 billion investment to double the plant that will require 15,000 people to work at this chip manufacturing place. in the United
Nice.
States.
That's awesome.
But tariffs don't work. Okay.
Yeah, that industry is one that really fucked America. Because for the longest time, you had to get your chips from Silicon Valley. And then all of a sudden, you don't. Now they don't make them there anymore.
I thought
We're
they were
having to get-
building another plant in Wisconsin too.
I know
So,
Intel or AMD, one of the two was built in Wisconsin.
Tom Laundry said, "We don't send shit to Taiwan, probably." Well, no, we send a vast amount of stuff to Taiwan, military equipment and raw materials.
You remember
Chips.
when they sent the trigger components for nuclear weapons to Taiwan?
No, I didn't remember. Don't remember that.
Google that one, somebody, and share the screen on that.
Yeah, if tariffs don't work, why do so many other countries do it to U.S.?
They all do it to us.
But they don't work, though.
You know, before the 20th century, all the federal government could do was sales tax and tariffs. Obviously, this is before the income tax of 1913.
Oh, to generate government revenue?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
interstate sales tax.
Yes. And if you compare per capita the amount of money the government got then till now, we were just flushed with money back then because everybody wanted a piece of the United States because we were making so much, manufacturing so many components and clothing, and we were the cotton manufacturer of the world at the time. Sugar cane and food. But it's just the next 5 years is going to be very rough economically because to reshore all the manufacturing, we have to rebuild the infrastructure, the roads, the schools, the sewers, the whole system. We have to rebuild everything, and we have to make sure that we completely destroy the socialists and get them out of government so that they can't interfere with it. Then our grandkids will all have jobs and life will be good for them. But we got to sacrifice now.
I wish they would all just leave on their own. I mean, they hate this country so much. Why don't they just go somewhere where socialism is working so well?
Yeah, like Rosie
Well,
in Ireland.
The reason that socialists are able to remain is because of public largesse. If we didn't feed them, they wouldn't be socialists. I personally believe that no able-bodied adult should receive fucking welfare. If you're not fucking nutty as a fruitcake, or you're fucking missing arms and legs, or you're retarded, you should be working. Why the fuck am I supporting you?
Well, I appreciate that, Brandon.
Hey, well, you fucking are different because, well, you kind of got poisoned by the government.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but I signed the blank check first. I earned mine.
Yay, earned your points.
Yep. I earned my frequent flyer miles to the oncology floor.
you know, but why are we paying fucking generations of people to be on welfare and subsidizing their housing? And
It's called reparations.
no, it's called fucking bread and circuses.
It's called the Cloward Piven strategy.
Yeah.
Amen. So you don't find obesity as a reason to not work?
In fact,
Can't hear you, you're Borgin.
I said, how
Still Borgin.
He made a good point, didn't he, Cyber?
not a fucking thing not a thing I can fucking do about it.
They let you say that.
All right. Anyways, look at how fat I am. I'm working.
I mean, the Lizzo people, they, when you're 500-600 pounds, them people were all on government assistance.
Making rap music.
That's it. Oh, my head hurts.
Well, you think maybe if they were working, they might not weigh as much.
Yep, my work's the best exercise I get. I mean, it doesn't give me any cardio because it's more anaerobic work.
You just
climb
gotta
a lot.
brush the paint faster.
Climb the ladder faster.
There you go.
But, it's holding my hand above my head. Sometimes both of my hands above my head. And I'll go without a ladder quite often. I'm 6'6", so a lot of the houses that I work on, if they're just one story, 8-foot walls, I can cut in 8-foot walls with no ladder.
Wow.
And the exterior, I can reach up past either siding or brick or whatever if we're just doing the soffit and fascia. I can reach up past that.
6'6", my goodness. That's a big, tall boy. Yeah.
But I get plenty of walking.
I used to walk 12 miles a day as a mailman.
The heaviest thing I carry is like a 5-gallon bucket or moving a big extension ladder. At some point, that's going to be too heavy for me.
I technically have a 5-pound weight limit. Isn't that some shit?
Man.
5-pound weight limit because I have a port in my chest, and they don't want me straining and pull the port out of my vein.
Right.
But I lift up like when we buy bird seed, that all comes in 40 pounds, and sand rolls are 70 pounds. I got to move them from time to time.
Yeah, I got to make sure I have good collagen so that I don't have an aneurysm. And luckily, I've never been one to have high blood pressure. My heart rate doesn't accelerate very easily. It's got to be something really serious or loud.
Grinches don't have a heart.
I've heard that, but I've also heard it's just really, really small.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about my heart here.
Didn't it grow so much it broke the heart monitor?
What was that, Brandon?
Blah 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 blah. Didn't it grow so much it broke the heart monitor?
No, I shut it off before that part of the story happens.
Okay.
I learned last night that back in the 60s or 70s, they had nuclear pacemakers.
Really?
Nuclear powered pacemaker, yeah.
That sounds energetic.
Well, it was in an effort to make one that would never need a battery replaced or never have to recharge it.
Isn't that what Tony Stark's had?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought he had antimatter.
No, he doesn't matter. So how many hours you got on the clock, Brandon?
3 more hours.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
need to weigh the truck down here at Willow Springs at 10 miles. Other than that, we'll be driving until we get to Poplar Bluff.
I've been watching a lot of the F-47 videos and leaving one snide little comment for everybody. The Air Force hasn't released any information on the F-47 beyond the designation of the F-47. Where are these people getting this information?
Well, they're making shit up. It's the internet, man.
Well, here's the situation. We have too much information. It's all across the nation. It's gone worldwide.
Oh, man, I've been getting all kinds of hell today. I left a comment. I was one of the first people to comment that today's all-female freaking suborbital launch, I said, they're just passengers. They're not flight crew.
That is true.
And, man, the feminists and the male feminists have been going insane. They're like, oh, so just, you could do it? And I'm like, yeah, I could sit in a chair and fucking go up and fall back down.
That's all they did. They didn't even break orbit, did they?
No, it's called a suborbital rocket. They go
So
straight
they
up
never
for
made it to
100.
space.
Yes, they did. They crossed the Kármán line, which is going above 100 kilometers in altitude.
Okay, 60 miles in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
And they fell back down.
Yeah, they got up to Mach 3. So they went real fast, straight up, and they fell back down.
And they came back just as useless as they were before they left.
Absolutely. But
Okay.
I also put a post up today about the insignia on, because they have a mission patch, because this was a mission, right? Anyways, they Cyber, could you take or could you share that post that I had gave?
Yes, sir.
Let me guess. The mission patch was a fish, a carp.
No.
No.
It was an upside down Baphomet.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Big chaps on it. I've gotten a few of his things in my feed before.
Baphomet. Oh my gosh.
Had some comments there with my old account, but those are gone.
Well, how the heck can they use Baphomet? I thought that was the Knights Templars that did that.
Well, there was a faction of the Knights Templar that worshipped him.
Allegedly. Never proved it.
That was French propaganda so they could raid their fucking.
Well, what they were agents provocateur.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip the Fair owed so much money to the Templars that all of France couldn't pay it off.
What they really were Gnostics, Johannian Gnostics. They worshipped the head of John the Baptist. They licked each other's coccyx during the Black Moon. There's all kinds of weird stuff that they were accused of, tried for, convicted of, executed for. And now there's this discovery of a parchment called the Chinon parchment, where it looks like they're just making a bunch of excuses for what they were doing instead of disowning them, saying they weren't one of us, they just infiltrated or they strayed from our mission and started doing their own weird shit, practicing Kundalini rituals and all that. Well, I got it brought up, Brandon.
Oh.
It's queued.
Okay.
See, right
Can
here.
you guys see that?
Let me zoom a bit.
Oh, maybe you could zoom in on it a little.
See, this is it upright. This is it upside down. You see the horns here, the eyes, the face. Right there.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me any further.
And upright, it looks like it's supposed to be a rocket, but that rocket does not resemble the rocket that they're going to be taking.
Somebody made the comment today on another stream I was on that they know how many females can fit inside an oversized dildo. So which one of them is an actual pilot?
None.
So it was all
they're
controlled from the ground?
Yes, but two of the crew, two of the passengers, because none of them really do anything, are actually work for Bezos. 3 if you count his fiance, but their job is to push the fucking engine stop button and trigger the fucking parachutes in sequence.
So they're not actual astronauts.
No, they're not. They really aren't.
Okay.
Now, they probably have engineering degrees or something, and it would be a great fucking job. But you'd have to be able to kiss ass like nobody's business to do space tourism like that. Because those are some rich motherfuckers. And all they're doing today is fucking advertising for fucking Jeff Bezos.
I keep looking at that.
I believe it's $300,000 to ride that thing.
300,000.
Wow.
300,000 for a 90-minute ride. Yeah.
Well, if you break it down by minutes, it's cheap. It's cheaper than the $20 at the truck stop. Yeah, that looks just like Baphomet. Who caught that?
Big chap. I've seen him over on a guy's channel. What's his name? Steve Harloha.
Never heard of him either.
He just does his thing. He's in Hawaii. He's got a wife. They've done like some on the beach fishing videos. It's some karaoke stuff. It's just people hanging out. That's another channel where I had a wrench with my old account, and I never really did spend a whole lot of time over there. I've been back over there maybe 2 or 3 times in a year.
If you get a chance, Cyber, you know who Andrew Wilson is, correct? That guy that's on the debates everybody, but he's Mr.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Cuck USA. He married that woman with 5 kids or whatever.
yeah.
He was on a religious program with 2 of the guys that I follow for Bible study, and one is a Catholic teacher. So he teaches all the patristic fathers, the early church fathers.
Apologia Radio.
And it was on with Sam Shamoon. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No.
He's known as the Assyrian computer. He has the Bible and the Quran memorized, and you ask him a question and he just pops it right out. He's fantastic. Well, I've been a mod on his channel since 2018, and I didn't see the whole episode. I just seen the video with Andrew on it, and Andrew started mouthing off to Sam about being divorced, and Shimon just lit him up. Hold it. Aren't you the cuck? And he just tore into him. And then he called his wife a whore and all kinds of shit, and then kicked him off the channel.
Well, let's look into this, okay? It says in Matthew, and I believe Luke as well, Jesus Christ himself said, "Let a man not put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication. For if a man does leave his wife, and she marry another, he caused her to commit adultery."
And that's what Sam teaches.
Those 5 children that belong to Andrew Wilson's wife, are they his?
No.
Okay. So was she married before?
I don't know.
Or does she just have them all out of wedlock? Regardless of that, that kind of bond is, the in the eyes of God, that is marriage. The consolidation, or consecration.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She bore someone else's children, and Is he married to her?
Andrew Wilson is, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
so,
know if the birth father was or not.
Right. Well, he married someone else's woman. Now, this Samu guy,
Yeah, Sam
Has-
Shimon, yeah.
okay, has Sam remarried?
No, because he says it's a sin to be married. When his wife divorced him and left him, he said he cannot get remarried because in the eyes of God that would be a sin.
Yeah, so Sam didn't put away his wife.
No, she
His
left
wife
him.
left
Yes,
to go be an adulteress. He didn't send her off to go be an adulteress.
correct.
She left to go be an adulteress. And Sam is not living in adultery by being with another woman. But Andrew is.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he sleeps with her, they're engaging in adultery. Has Andrew ever been divorced?
I think this is his only marriage.
Right. Well, regardless of that, he's with a woman who bore another man's children. Or multiple other men's children. He married an adulteress. And every time he sleeps with her, he is engaging in adultery. Or he is enabling her to engage in adultery. We'll put it that way. According to the scripture in Jesus Christ. But I have heard Andrew Wilson call someone sola scriptura because the guy was asked, what he believes in. And he said he believes in the Bible. He believes in the Word of God. And calling someone sola scriptura based on that is simply a straw man ad hominem attack.
Yes.
Because unless someone tells you that the only thing that they will consider as guidance, or what does it say in Timothy? All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is good for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and instruction in righteousness. But the Bible doesn't say that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is the only thing good for reproof, correction, or instruction in righteousness. It doesn't say that.
Well,
So people can take they can take their doctrine, their reproof, their correction and instruction in righteousness from other people who know the scripture better. Because if you read something in the Bible and say, oh, that means such and such, so I can, whatever, and you're taking it out of context, you're wrong. And someone who knows it better than you says, no, look over here, this other passage, this other book or chapter or whatever. This puts it in context. You're taking it out of context and you're actually sinning, and you're trying to use the Bible to justify it by cherry picking. And they accept that reproof, where it says in Proverbs, I think chapter 17, says a reproof entereth into a wise man more than 100 stripes into a fool. Now, I've been rambling a bit, but Andrew Wilson or anybody calling someone sola scriptura because they look to the scriptures as the supreme authority regarding correction and doctrine, instruction in righteousness, that's not sola scriptura, that's scriptura suprema. And to say that the way he said it, at the time he said it to that person, was absolutely a straw man. And he's usually real quick to call out those logical fallacies when it's convenient for him. But I've also noticed he likes to use them. If he thinks he's debating someone that if he thinks someone's not going to catch it, he'll throw an ad hom out there, straw man, red herring, tukokwa, all of that shit.
He's good at debating, but I don't think I don't think he wins as many times as people thinks he does. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he just carries on with the confidence that he has won, and fools follow him.
Yeah. But I've noticed that in some of his debates. I didn't watch the one where he went up against Chronic. I guess Chronic crushed him, from what I've heard.
I saw that.
What'd you think?
Most of what they were talking about was Jack Murphy being a cuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to agree on more than disagree. And they kind of walked away from it as friends without really any kind of victor of the debate, except on the specific topic that Jack Murphy is a cook.
I thought Chronic asked him if he was
Chronic put him in some very embarrassing situations, to be sure.
Okay.
But I think Andrew was able to walk away from that with some of his dignity intact and able to pick up the shattered pieces of it and maybe put it back together with super glue off screen or something. I don't know. But I wouldn't say he got destroyed. But if there was any kind of winner in that, it was definitely Chronic. Because,
well,
I mean, Chronic didn't even...
I guess they weren't debating each other. They were just discussing a topic, it sounds like.
That's kind of what it turned into. It was set out to be a debate and ended up more of a moderated conversation about cuckoldry.
Who's the moderator?
It was Raging Tomato. Which is probably why you didn't watch it.
Raging Tomato? Who the hell is that?
Sarah
chick.
the Raging Tomato. Looks like the fucking jet plane thing from the kids show.
What's up, guys?
AKS, what's going on?
What's up,
man?
AKS?
Long time no speak.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
Yep. Yeah. I notice Baphomet. Yeah, I notice you guys. I notice a Baphomet. Why'd you guys pull up a Baphomet? I missed that.
That's what was the fucking mission patch for the all-female fucking fake astronauts today.
See, they're going up in a rocket that looks like this. Looks like fucking penis, right?
All right, I'll be right back. I've got to walk the dog.
I'm sure you can see it somewhat. I can't really zoom in anymore. It'll just stay small. Small penis rocket. But that's what they're going up in. So just what exactly is this supposed to represent? Right here? That's not the shape of the thing that they're going up in, but that's the insignia that they have on their suits. And this is that insignia. Bro. This is upside down. It's an uncanny coincidence in resemblance.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty out there.
You mean a theory? And it is a theory. I mean, if it had a star right here in the middle of its forehead, which would be on the bottom right before the jet propulsion, then that would be just a little more than coincidence. That would be a pattern starting to form. You know, one time is an occurrence, second time is a coincidence, third time you start to see a pattern. And there's some semblance here, enough to posit a theory.
Cyber, if you look in the very middle of the forehead of the upside down one, does that not look like a 3-pointed star? See, right? Go up a little bit more. Keep going.
Oh,
Right there.
this?
Yeah, don't that look like a 3-pointed star, like a Mercedes-Benz star?
Maybe. I'd have to actually look at the patch. I don't know if a photo, unless the photo were taken up really close, because this is zoomed in from way back. They zoomed in and then zoomed in again, and with CGI enhancement, you could get something that looks like it, but with CGI enhancement, you can't really guarantee that that's what it is. The computer could render something false.
Okay. Thank you.
You know, as far as 100% factual, I'd have to actually look at the patch itself. Unless somebody were to take a picture of the patch up close, and then you could zoom in without digital enhancement. But the only way we could get that is if someone actually had the patch and took a picture of it up close. But it's zoomed in on too many times. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Oh, this right here. Zoomed and enhanced, and I'm zoomed in also at 150%.
If you guys want to look at that on your own computers, it is on my community page.
That's your most recent one. Yep. But yeah, Andrew Wilson's got some serious issues. Pride's a pretty big one. It's also hard to deal with. It's hard to get away from. And it is an emotional pursuit.
Seven deadly sins, pride.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was Ving Rhames. He said, "Oh, pride doesn't help; it only hurts." Something like that. I don't believe that, but it was a good line. Nonetheless, I don't believe that it was a good line. I don't believe that it was a good line. Nonetheless, even though, because pride helps. I think.
Well, the statement, it makes sense in certain situations, but in others, I mean, it just doesn't ring true. For example, I didn't hurt myself today when I was doing a good job at work, and I wasn't doing the good quality work that I do because I get paid more for doing it better. I do it because I take pride in the work. I mean, and it is an emotional pursuit. It makes me feel better about what I've done, not necessarily about myself, but about what I've done. Because I'll walk away from that job, not even see it again, but the customers will. And it'll last longer, it'll look better. As long as I don't take too long.
More of the story. Yeah, more of the story. Take pride in your work. I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys know about Moloch? You guys were talking about Baphomet.
Yeah, I know about Moloch, Chion, Baal, Remphan.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Yeah, I don't know. You don't know about any of that. I barely know about Moloch.
Yeah, he's the the bull-headed god that wants human sacrifices. More specifically, the smaller ones.
Yeah, am I heard about the rabbi and foreskin? Shit. Also,
I have.
and that's some pretty sick shit.
Yep.
And some pretty sick
Yeah,
practices. Yeah,
They
pretty-
don't
you
call
know,
it the
practices.
synagogue of Satan for nothing.
And some pretty sick. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, and Revelation chapter 3, verse 9, it talks about those who claim that they are, of the tribes, but are not. But are
Talking about
of
You're talking about the Canaanites? Talking about the Canaanite tribe?
No, that's
of Israel. They claim to be Jacob's wayward children, but are not.
Technically, Canaanites don't exist anymore. Weren't they all wiped out?
I think that was the Edomites.
Well, who died at when they circled the brain freeze.
In Jericho?
Jericho. I thought Jericho was Canaanites because that's God commanded them to cleanse the land of all its inhabitants.
That could just be driving them out. I do know that Saul received, like King Saul, the predecessor to King David, received command from Samuel, who told him that God commanded that they go and wipe out all of these people, all of their cattle, and all of their livestock and everything, burn their buildings. And Saul took for himself the best of the livestock and some of the women, and he didn't annihilate them completely. And Saul was cursed for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys know about the in the Talmud? I forget what the full word, something like something Talmud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly it's Jewish supremacy. I'm in the Talmud.
I thought the Talmud was written after 33 AD by rabbis and is not considered a religious book by non-Jews.
And there's a lot of sick shit in there.
Yes.
There's a lot of sick shit in the Talmud.
Because all the ancient Jews, once Christ came to earth, all the ancient Jewish traditions ceased. And there has not been another sacrifice at the temple between Jesus being crucified and 70 AD.
Well, the chosen label is specific to being chosen as the bloodline through which the Messiah would come.
Babylonian, that's the word. Babylonian. Yeah, Babylonian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that first part. And I looked it up. Tons of stick shit.
Well, in Iraq, present day Iraq, which was Babylon, at the time, after Jerusalem fell to the Romans and then to various different orders for the first 10 centuries,
The Ottoman Empire.
You know, after the death of Christ, you know, the Arabs ruled it for a while, and the Turks ruled it. You know, the Ottomans ruled it for a while. The Eastern Roman Empire out of it, Constantinople ruled it for a while. So all the Jews that were expelled from Jerusalem migrated to Babylon, you know, current day Iraq, which was been Babylon at the time. And they were writing books and literature, and that's where the Talmud came from, because they had lost everything in Israel because they were expelled for 1,000 years. Jews were not allowed into the city of Jerusalem.
Yeah, I mean, who expelled them?
The various conquering people.
Yeah, I looked that up. I looked that up on Instagram. I looked that up. Throughout history, the Jews have been kicked out, of a lot of places. And throughout history, the Jews have been kicked out of a ton of places.
But I don't know if Cyber will go along with this or not. But once Christ came to earth, the Messiah came to earth, the Jews stopped being the chosen people of the Bible, because the New Testament, the New Covenant, was for all people.
Well, like I said a little bit ago, that title of chosen was specifically to denote being chosen as the bloodline through which the Messiah would come. So, accepting that Jesus Christ was the Messiah would mean that they're no longer chosen. And the people who have control over that title, the people who lure everyone into a materialistic ideology called Zionism, they don't want to lose their control. They don't want to lose the stranglehold they have as basically mediators between God and man. If they're not from the tribe of Levi, they don't have the authority to offer the sacrifices to God for the people. And when the tribe of Levi was given that position, the story of that is in Numbers, starting in Numbers chapter 22. It's also when the worship of Baal and Moloch was introduced to the children of Israel by the king of Moab and a soothsayer named Balaam. The king of Moab said, "Oh no, they're going to lick up the land like the cattle lick up the grass." And he said to Balaam, "Go and curse these people for me." And Balaam, having connection with the supernatural, he spoke to God, and God wouldn't give him permission. So Balaam and the king of Moab devised a way to trick the children of Israel into cursing themselves. And they brought them whores and idols and a whole bunch of promises and weird esoteric shit.
All the things you're supposed to shun.
Yeah, which coincidentally is the same kind of lifestyle that Abraham was walking away from when he left Og.
Mm-hmm.
Og and Magog.
Agreed.
The ways of Og and Magog were reintroduced to the children of Israel through the king of Moab and Balaam. And that's what Abraham was walking away from. And when God proved that, or promised that he would deliver people from that way of life was when he told Abraham to take his son up to the mountain and sacrifice him, and then stopped him. He stopped him from doing it. Like physically stopped him from doing it. But it was those old ways of blood sacrifice. So Abraham was called away from that lifestyle, and then God told him to go up there and commit that for him. And he was on his way. And God physically stopped him with the knife in his hand right as he was going to do it.
And gave him the young ram to replace his son.
Right, gave him a replacement with the ram. And then from that point, it was animal sacrifices to symbolize the sacrifice that God would make by sending his son to become flesh and be sacrificed on the cross willingly. He gave himself up.
Yep.
Going through every single temptation that any one of us could ever face, even the threat of death. People are beating him. They're going to kill him. I think that was the ultimate temptation. Not out in the desert with Satan telling him to turn stones into bread. That was certainly a temptation. You know, if he had the power to do it. You know, I can't even put a cigarette down.
Oh, I didn't know you smoked, Cyber.
I do. I'm up to about a pack a day.
I quit.
Nice.
I quit.
Yeah, congratulations, AKS.
Yeah, in the Marine Corps, I'm helped with me quitting. Because I couldn't run. Because I couldn't run, aim a PFT like smoking a pack of cigarettes. Like I had to run. I'm 3 miles. I'm in the Marine Corps, and I was like, I gotta pick one. You know, if it's either cigarettes, or run. I'm 3 miles. I can't do both.
I was never a cigarette guy. I like an occasional good cigar.
Yeah. Do you inhale?
No, you don't inhale cigars.
I mean, if you're a real boss, you could inhale. If you're real
Man, sometimes I can't even sing for 3 minutes without being out of breath or without my throat hurting. I used to have a 3.5 octave range.
Wow.
Now it's less than 3, and the falsetto hurts. It's painful.
Gotta quit them cigarettes, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you cough up on blood. And sometimes you cough up on blood, and like you just have these crazy sore throats, out of nowhere. And sometimes the fiberglass is kind of the worst. Yeah, even the expensive cigarettes. I'm like Marlboros. I'm in Newports. And we just have these sick coughs.
Even if I wanted to smoke, the judge left me so broke that I couldn't afford them. Oh, shit. Hey, Seraphim's here. What's up, brother?
Grinch, have you ever read the book of Amos?
No, sir.
You should read that and remember the conversation we've just had. It's not too long. I think it's only 5 chapters.
I'll have to look at that one. The Book of Amos. If you
That's right, Andy.
if you like a lot of deep exegesis of the Bible, Cyber, look up Sam Shimon. When he does his Bible classes, they are so in depth. He has articles going back 30 years on just one passage. It's mind boggling the depth that he has and the ability he has to teach. That's why I have been watching him for the last 6 years.
What's the last name again?
Shimon, Shomoun, Sam Shimon.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people, for a long time, he was stuck at about 60,000 subs because he does his teaching only online. He used to teach at the Assyrian Church of the East, and the church elders got mad at him. But he always says, "I'm not for everybody. I would rather have 10 people that are serious about learning."
And 1,000 who are just like ignorant, fucking stupid people.
And if you come, and if you go in and start running your mouth and trying, well, I don't think this is right, gone instantly. I mean, the mods just will remove you instantly. Most of the time, I never say anything. I just listen because I'm there to learn. But what I really enjoy is when he teaches the Trinity. There's nobody better at teaching the Trinity than him. It's just, he's unbelievable. And he debates once in a while. And he used to be a Christian. Well, I shouldn't say used to be. He still does, but he used to go after the Muslims, just brutal. He's just, because he knows their Quran better than they do. So he quotes it, and uses it against them. They're like, "Hold it, this don't make no sense." He's like, "Yeah, well, it's your book, not mine."
Yep. If the Quran is true, then the Bible is true, and if the Bible is true, the Quran is false.
That is correct, sir. You were 100% correct. All you need to know is Jesus is the last of the book. So there cannot be no more prophets. There are no more. There's no Mormons, no 7-day Adventist prophets. They're all fake. Yep. My biggest thing is with modern society is how many of the modern ministers have become what do they call them? The prophet preachers and stuff. Like Joel Osteen and all that crap. If you can dream it, you can have it. I don't remember that ever being taught.
I mean, he's worth a shit ton of money.
Yeah, he is. And all the people he's misleading, too. God never promised me a Bugatti.
If you find your place with God, you will have nothing but a prosperous life. Now donate to me.
Nope. The only thing that they promised is life is a struggle. And we have to make our choice. Live now or live later. I'd rather live later.
Yeah, that woman that Trump put into the I forget the name of the office, but it has something to do with religion. She's one of those too.
Well, I
there shouldn't
think
be any.
yeah,
be
there shouldn't
female
be any
preachers.
female teachers. Disgusting. I got to check with my wife. I think this Friday is when they do the special mass. Oh, what the heck's it called?
Prosperity. That was the word
Yeah,
we were looking
prosperity
for.
preachers. Yeah,
Prosperity theology, prosperity doctrine.
that I don't remember that being taught in the Bible. Mm-mm.
Well, there are promises in the Bible that basically lead to the fact that you can't outgive God. All right? But if you're giving to God so that he'll give back to you, are you really giving to God?
You're an Indian giver.
Well, here's the question: what can you give to your Creator beyond the love that is due to your Creator? There's nothing else you can give him.
Faith.
Yeah. Well, that would be part of love too. You have to, because he gave you the free will to make that choice. Everything else that is worldly, he created it, so he already owns it. There's nothing you can give him, but believe in him and love him and have faith in him and believe his glory. Me, I'm not smart enough to know any better. So I'm just going to take the Bible at its word and, just believe. I would rather be wrong and believe in God than not believe in God and be wrong.
The Faith Office, that's what it's called, the White House Faith Office. Faith and Opportunity Initiative.
What does that even mean?
It means donate your money to this cause.
Well, it's the place where things become lukewarm. That's what it is.
It's Trump's way of saying that religion has a place in the public square because government is not supposed to be free from religion. It's freedom of religion. And that's
Putin, supposedly is pushing Christianity on Russia, I think.
Yeah, that's not something that can be pushed. You can't tell someone that they have to believe something and them actually believe it. Maybe they would nod their head and say, okay, I believe, but they really don't.
Yeah, because he's saying...
that would be persuasion. You have to convince people.
Well, the patriarch of the Orthodox Church is chosen by the government. It doesn't matter what's, if it's Russian Orthodox or Ukrainian Orthodox or Greek Orthodox. That's a political position.
Yeah, he's saying he wants it to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And he's saying he wants it to go back traditional. And he's saying he wants it to go back in traditional ways where all this, where all this new age, where all this new, all this new age, transgender, crap, and all this. He wants it to go more traditional. That's his bottom line.
Would you trust the Russian church? Weren't
Not
they
really.
the ones that pushed Rasputin on the Tsar.
And supposedly the Bolsheviks, and supposedly the Bolsheviks were like these Karl Marx communist Jews who wanted to like kill everybody, so
Was Marx a Jew?
I don't know.
I thought Lenin was a Jew.
He probably was. I don't think
didn't know.
Stalin was. I don't think Stalin.
I think Engels was.
Stalin was actually a training to be an
He was from-
Orthodox priest in his teenage years.
Him in
Before
Georgia, right?
Yeah, when he
Him in
was
Georgia.
His mother was very religious. She was a former nun.
Yeah, I mean his father. Yeah, I mean his father. His father was a drunk shoemaker who used to beat his ass, supposedly.
Well, Orthodox nuns don't take vow of celibacy.
No.
Neither do their priests.
So I'm reading here the White House Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships, formerly known as the Office of Faith-Based and Community Partnerships, was an office in the White House, part of the Executive Office of the President, established by George W.
Yes, sir. From Karl Marx was German, but was his religion, was he Jewish or was
No, his religion was not.
Or was he an atheist?
He wasn't an atheist either.
I thought he was a big evolutionist.
What was he?
He was a Mephistophelian Gnostic. He wanted everything destroyed.
Oh, he almost got his wish.
He wasn't a Marxist either. He just made Marxism for the masses, to use it to destroy everything. I would say he was a Satanist.
Yeah, and supposedly the Rothschilds were waiting for generations to kill. And supposedly the Rothschilds were waiting for like 4 generations to kill the Tsars, and they finally did it with the Bolsheviks. And imagine waiting 4 generations to kill your enemies. Imagine waiting 4 generations to have Rothschilds to kill 4 generations of Tsars.
That's some dedication.
Yeah, and supposedly that's the conspiracy theory with that. And supposedly that's the conspiracy theory. Supposedly that's the conspiracy theory that the Rothschilds couldn't get the Tsars to do what they wanted. There was some big grudge, and then they finally waited until the Bolsheviks got in there.
Yeah, those Machiavellian types sure have caused a lot of problems for people who just want to live their life.
Yeah, the almighty dollar. That's what decided. And the almighty dollar, and that's what decided in World War II. I mean, there was some luck. I mean, there was some strategy involved. But besides the Germans, and the Russians, and there was a lot of money at play.
In my opinion, World War II was a war fought trying to distribute or get the pieces of the British Empire as it was fucking falling apart.
Fucking aristocrats.
And fascists. And Mussolini was with the fascism. And then this whole rabbit hole. And then there's this whole rabbit hole. And this whole rabbit hole with Hitler. Some people think he's a bad guy, and some people think he's a good guy. You know. And there's this whole Hitler rabbit hole.
He's a guy that wanted things his way.
Yeah, and so did Stalin.
Yep.
And so did Stalin. You know, they just butted heads. You know,
So
and
did
supposedly it was
Churchill,
just cold
so-
weather. You know,
Oh,
supposedly.
it was more than that.
And they said that they were like 20 minutes from Stalingrad, and then they just froze them to death from the Nazi. They said they were like 20 minutes from Stalingrad, and they just couldn't handle them, the cold weather. That's the stories that I've heard.
Well, Stalingrad was under siege. They were nearly, the furthest advance was nearly to Moscow.
Yeah, they made it to like 5 miles from the gates of Moscow. And then they turned south. It's ridiculous.
They always set the bar but never fight the war. They get some kind of big elaborate scheme and present a certain narrative to the people to get them on board and never really tell them exactly what their leaders are aiming to ultimately accomplish. It's never quite what the masses are told.
We're fighting for peace.
Yeah. The wars of peace, with a promise of utopia that's never existed, all following certain people's ideology or their version of it, their standard. They operate on different standards of morality under this almost Machiavellian attitude that there's no truth but power.
Hey, night, guys. I got an early day tomorrow. Y'all be well.
Good night, RO. Have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
Good night, man.
Later.
Hope you're feeling better tomorrow.
That's one reason that I believe the Word of God the way that I do, because it's a standard that none of us meet. And I think if everyone were looking to that standard and aiming for that standard, we'd stop fighting about what the standard is or should be. And it also wouldn't change. Even though we would never meet it, we'd all be headed that way. A lot of wars have been fought over a name or a title or a plot of land.
Yeah, I mean that was medieval. And that was medieval type shit. Like the people would sell them alliances and shit like that for titles. You
Yep.
know?
And where has it gotten us? Just going in circles, man. Going in fucking circles. A twist of word from need to want left many so inclined. The lavished live too proud of look to listen to the rhyme. The ravished cry too loud to see a heartstring as a line. The lost with no direction. Everything is fine. Like Dustin Hoffman said when he was playing Captain Hook. He said, me, mine, now, now, now.
Yeah, I mean, it was another conspiracy theory. And there's another conspiracy theory, and they said that Captain Hookham was a good guy, but Peter Pan was a bad guy,
Yeah,
supposedly.
yep.
And Brandon was was about to say something.
Peter
No, I
Pan
wasn't.
was Peter Pan was the forever child. The puer eternus.
I mean, I didn't follow that story. I'm too closely. I didn't follow that story. I'm too closely because like Tinkerbell kind of threw the whole thing off for me. In my opinion, I was a little too far fetched.
So you don't believe in fairies?
The fairies where they draw the line. The fairies where I draw the line. And there's a big line. I'm in the sand. I'm with fairies.
You know, every time someone says they don't believe in fairies, somewhere a fairy falls down dead. Who gives
I
a
don't
shit?
believe in fairies.
They don't exist anyway.
Yeah,
You
how
just-
can it die? Yeah, how can it die how can it die if it doesn't exist? How can it die if it doesn't fucking exist? You know.
Well, the thing is, the only way they can exist is if you believe they exist. But then, do they exist in the tangible world? No. They exist in your subjective imagination. They're not a verifiable fact.
No, they're a fucking allegory.
You ever hear the stories of Eric the Red? I think I forget who his son was. Eric the Red.
Leif Erikson. Leif Erikson was his son.
Yeah. Yeah. Supposedly, I'm Eric the Red. I'm found Greenland. I'm called it green. Supposedly, I'm Eric the Red. I'm found Greenland and try to bring people there. That it was green, even though it was icy.
Oh,
Eric the
Viking
Red's found from Iceland.
explorer.
Eric
Leif-
the Red got expelled.
Leif Erikson.
Eric the Red got exiled from Iceland and had to go to Greenland. Is that what you were saying?
Okay. Okay, I guess so.
Eric the Red got
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
and he got exiled. And he got exiled from Iceland. And then he tried to bring people over to Greenland. And then what did Leif Erikson do?
He was supposedly the first one that the Viking that got to the North American continent and got his ass kicked by Eskimos.
Damn.
Yeah, I've always been confused why they call Greenland when it's just ice, and they call Iceland when that's where the green is.
Yeah.
It's because Scandinavians are liars.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Eric the Red and was trying to bring people into Greenland, promising them that it was green. Meanwhile, it was icy.
Oh, okay. So they made the name to lure people over there.
Yeah. That's the Viking scam of the century.
Scandinavians.
Yeah, but nobody beats. Yeah, but nobody beats. But nobody beats him, Americo and Vespucci. And that guy is legendary. Imagine having two continents. Imagine having two continents I'm named after. Like, oh yeah, it's just two continents I'm named after me.
And only because he was a map maker and put his name on the map.
He didn't even go on any of those travels. He didn't even go.
I don't know.
That's still that's still legendary. Imagine you get two continents named after you.
Mr. Amerigo. Or was it Amerigo?
Yeah, I gotta look up. On the history. I'm just a fact. I gotta look up on the, on the details. But just the fact. This guy's Americo, and he had two continents named after him. That's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, who has a claim like that? Not even Genghis Khan can brag him like that.
Yeah, but Genghis had all those babies.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Apologizing to the guy I just flipped the right set.
I mean, Genghis Khan was the pillager of the millennia.
Still didn't kill more people than Mao, though. He might have had more land in many different tribes, but Mao's still the greatest murderer of all time.
Yeah, but Genghis wasn't a murderer. He was a conqueror.
Well, if you didn't submit, they would destroy the whole town or the whole city. Just leave nothing standing.
Well, he wasn't a nice conqueror.
Conquerors rarely are.
Rarely.
But for a guy who couldn't read, he did pretty well, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can think of one to none Nice guy conqueror. Hey, we'd like to take over your land. No, leave. Oh,
No, there is a nice guy conqueror. His name is
Who?
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
I'm
Uncle
sorry, but
Sam.
that's not true either.
What do you mean?
I'm Alexander the Great. I didn't hear too many bad stories about him.
Well, he had a lot of good press.
Well, he conquered 3 continents with that parts of 3 continents before the Gutenberg press. So he the story was never fully told.
Well, he'd show up and say, "Hey, join me." And they'd say no. He's like, "Sorry, I've got to kill you. I really hate doing this, but you got to go." And he was just so nice about it. Everybody else that saw it, they're like, "Hey, seeing as you're so nice, we're going to spare you the trouble and the heartache of having to kill us, and we're just going to join you. We can just be friends."
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh. You don't believe Uncle Sam's a conqueror, Brandon?
No, I don't believe that he's nice.
What do you mean? He lets you have a big screen TV, an SUV. You just got to pay taxes to him. That's all. Give him his tribute.
I would have to say that the American Indians would have a very different opinion of how nice Uncle Sam is.
Well, they didn't want the TV. Those are the people that should be upset being called Indians. They don't have rubies on their forehead.
That's the off button.
I thought that was required to get Canadian citizenship now.
Probably is.
Oh.
If you touch that red dot with a 223, turns them right off.
I believe you.
Damn.
Yeah. 72 grain freedom pills. So they're finally going to the 6.8 millimeter. Yep.
I'm as opposed to the 5.56.
Yeah, the new 6.8 millimeter has a case pressure of like 72 or 75,000 psi. So it's a 1,000-yard round. It's just insane. So what they found in Afghanistan was that the 5.56, because of its actual terminal range of 500 yards, well, all our enemies learned that, and they stay out of the range now. So now they have a round that has double the range, and can penetrate a level 3A vest. So most militaries, that's the standard that most militaries use unless they use metal plates. So it is designed to even penetrate a level 4 duty vest.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when I was on the range, and they said like it was either 2,000 or 3,000 yards was the kill distance for a 5.56 through an M16. Through an M16, I'm A1, I believe. I could be wrong. And they said it was like 2,000, because the farthest targeting was 500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, oh, we can go like 2,000 or 3,000 yards.
But if your opponent is wearing a vest, then anything beyond 500, 5.56 is not going to penetrate a level 3 vest. So your standard police issue vest, it won't go through beyond 500 yards on a 5.56. Whether you use the M822 green tips, or even the Israeli manufactured 77 grain with the steel rod in them in the center core. It won't punch through the vest at 500, beyond 500 yards. So, like the standard Russian military vest, if you're 500 yards away, it won't go through.
I think it took. They were talking about. I think it took like 2 or 3 bullets of 7.62 him to get through an American flak jacket. Like 2 rounds. I don't know in what distance.
But they have the 6mm ARC and the 6.8 ARC. The 6mm will go out if you were not wearing a vest, it'll take a human being out at 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I wish they gave us
a 6.8 is good for 1,500.
Yeah, I wish they gave us aim a flak for our testicles, because that would suck to have your fucking dick blown off. I'm in combat.
Yeah, that don't sound fun.
I wish they gave us some Kevlar and plates for our groin.
Yeah, if you get hit in the joints and you're just gonna bleed out.
And even if you survive, you're like, I don't have a dick anymore. Yeah.
Well, then you can get an addictomy.
Yeah, I wish they gave us aim a Kevlar and plate for our groin.
Yeah, that plate that hung down off the vest.
And that was just like a fucking cloth. And that was just a cloth. That was just a flap of cloth. Wasn't any plate in there. And supposedly, and they said, "Oh, it can deflect, aim a bullet." But I was like, "Bolt him." Supposedly it said it could deflect. Supposedly it said it could deflect, aim a bullet. But I was like, I ain't taking him that fucking chance.
But a lot of guys, depending on the unit, like the Marines always fully kitted up. But if you're, the SF guys and stuff, a lot of them didn't fully kit up. It's too bulky.
Damn. It would be kind of inconvenient to run around with a fucking Kevlar flap on your groin. And just dangling.
Whacking you in the nards every other fucking step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that could happen.
So Sam Shamoon is going live now, and the class is on Clement, Polycarp, Sola Fide. So two of the early church fathers in Sola Fide.
That reminds me of another false prophet. When you said Clement, a guy named Kim Clement. You ever heard of him?
Never heard of him. Where was he a minister?
Not sure.
Did he have one of those big mega churches?
Every time I've seen videos of him, he's been in a big church.
And that would suck. And I was always thinking about that. That would suck. Imagine you get your dick blown off. I'm in combat.
I tried not to think about that stuff.
The only pastor that I've known was Billy Graham.
Yeah.
My parents go to one of those Walmart churches. It's a Methodist church. Females preaching. Fucking 6 fucking ways to give them money every week. 6 collections.
6 collections. Holy shit. The most we have is 2. One is the regular collection, and then whatever the second collection is everyone is notified in advance. So if it's going to be for building maintenance or the school or a charity, but it's not every mass. It's not every Sunday. You know,
I went one time with my folks. Then every other time they've asked me to go with them, I was like, absolutely not.
I can't go to a church with a female minister.
We had some nuns back in my day.
The church that my Mason Lodge is at had a female pastor for 2 years. And she hated me. I know that woman hated me. Because I asked her, how can you be a pastor? You're not authorized to teach men. She didn't like that very much. But she flew that rainbow flag every day. They're welcome. She lost half the congregation in 2 years. Yep.
There's another evangelist. I don't know how televised he was, but a guy named Lee Robertson.
I remember him.
Yeah, I used to, I can't say used to, like as in regularly, but I've been to a camp that he started called Camp Joy. I went there 3 different times for the summer.
Make you happy?
It was all right.
Was he related to Pat Robertson?
No.
I don't think so.
I think he was out of Kansas City. No, he was out of Dallas. He was out of Dallas. And Robertson's big thing was he had a lot of missionary work, and they raised a lot of money for missions.
He had a university and seminary and college stuff in Tennessee. That's where the summer camp was. It was in Harrison, Tennessee.
But he had like a radio network out of Dallas for a long time. It's not there anymore. You can pick him up.
There's a really huge seminary school in Dallas.
SMU?
No.
That was a joke.
Yeah, but no, there's the Dallas Seminary is huge. There's a couple here in Pittsburgh seminaries. A couple of the guys from my SF unit were seminarians there. I never understood how that worked, but okay. You're studying to be a minister, but at the same time, you're going down to North Carolina because you're 18 Bravo weapons sergeant. You know, you're a Green Beret. What? How the hell does that work? Okay. When I was young, I went and looked into becoming a Catholic priest. When I got out of the Marine Corps after I got divorced. And they told me no because I was married. Then when I looked into becoming a deacon, they told me no.
Because you don't have a degree.
That's right.
Now, and then they turn around and they allowed, in the 1980s, a bunch of Lutheran ministers who were married to become priests and stay married.
Well, one of the local deacons used to work. He was my manager at one time when I was in the post office. He was a cocaine addict, and he ended up becoming a Catholic deacon after he sobered up. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Well, we had a priest in a town near where I grew up, where he did this thing, and it was pretty famous, the blessing of the bikes.
Oh, they do that here too, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyways, he was one of the guys that started doing that. And he was a former Lutheran minister who became a Catholic priest and stayed married and has children.
The parish we used to belong to 20 years ago.
How does that work?
I don't know. I have no idea how that works.
Well,
That's just like the Catholic Church accepts the Episcopal, the church, the Church of England. They will allow them to, and the Orthodox to transfer in. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I really don't think And I'm not Catholic, but I don't think that celibacy is a requirement for being a preacher. It's
No,
not,
not
you
to
know,
be a
I'm
preacher.
or to be a priest. I don't, you know, I don't. I don't remember anywhere in the Bible saying that you have to be that way. Yeah, I think it's more church doctrine and tradition. But I'm not Catholic, so I can't make a case against it because I haven't studied it. And I'm just talking out my ass.
I never studied it either.
But I don't ever remember reading anything in the Bible saying that you have to be that way.
And it's just, I don't know if it's, I know it's canon law, but I don't know if it's beyond, church Catholic requirements.
You know, I understand where they're coming from, you know. Devote your life to God. Don't, you know, forgive or forego all worldly associations. And I can understand why they do it. I just don't ever remember seeing that being, you know, prescribed.
Well, all the apostles were all single men.
Yeah, but you could be single and still get some ass, on the side. You could be single and still, dip your wick.
Technically,
Well,
no.
actually, no, you can't.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Not if you're going to follow the Bible, you can't.
No, if you're a single man that does not have a wife, you're not supposed to be out having sex.
You know, thou shalt not commit adultery.
No fornicating unless you're married.
Shit. Getting close to Dougie Edwards land.
Shinobi Wan, hello, sir. Greetings.
Hello, Shinobi.
He just posted, you can't be a true leader if you're being led around by your desires.
It's true.
And well, if your desire him is to conquer, you can become a great conqueror. And most conquerors, are leaders. And most conquerors, I think all conquerors are leaders. And most conquerors are leaders.
Seraphin asked about the Dallas Seminary. They are, I believe it's Protestant. No, it's the Dallas. No, I believe it's Baptist. Dallas Baptist Seminary, I believe, is the name of the school. Seraphim. Are you leading from behind? That's ambition. Good question, Shinobi Wan. I don't know. I was never afforded the opportunity to lead from behind. I was always in front of my platoon. Seraphim said, if you're single, you're monk mode.
And you can still be single and still have sex with people.
Well, not according to Jesus.
Jesus had to have gotten laid at least once. Jesus had to have gotten, just had to have gotten laid at least one time. He just had to have gotten laid at some point.
Can I ask you one question, AKS, on that statement?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make Jesus a liar?
Did he claim? Did he claim celibacy? Did he claim not to have ever fucked any woman?
He claimed to be free of sin. And that's what he took.
So if God is incapable of lying, and the standard that God set is that if you are single, you do not fornicate, or it's a sin. And Jesus is the only perfect, sinless being that's ever walked this earth. So if he had sex with a woman out of marriage, he would have sinned, and therefore that would have made God a liar. I can't go down that road with you, bro. I'm not going down that road.
I'm gonna give you vintage. I'm AKS. Quote. Brandon knows. Brandon knows and what my vintage. AKS quote.
I know it too.
There.
I wasn't fucking there. I wasn't there. I was.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I wasn't fucking there. So how could I tell you? I don't know. I don't know him. I wasn't fucking there.
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. Whenever.
I mean, I've banged girls before, and I was like, yeah, she was kind of, low tier, and I kind of denied I'm ever banging her.
If it wasn't worth doing the first time, it ain't worth doing again, right?
I just wish I wasn't so stupid in my youth.
Don't we all?
I could have saved myself a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I think I said that backwards from what I used to say. If it's not worth doing again, it wasn't worth doing the first time. You know how much extra that got me when I was in my 20s?
Well, you know what Clint Eastwood would tell you, don't you, Toxin?
Well,
everybody has a right to be a sucker once.
I imagine it did get you a bunch of extra. They all wanted to prove that it was worth it the first time.
especially when they're usually the type with the insecurity complex. I was a slut.
Well, isn't that why the people use the term AWOL?
Yeah.
They all have that insecurity complex.
Yeah, I remember my first girlfriend was hot as shit. And the reason why I was so devastated was because it was so hard to find a girl that was hot as her. It was because it was so hard to find a girl up to her looks.
You got that. So it was like crack.
So she was like a hard 8. I mean, it's like she was like a hard 8. I'm like a soft 9. And then the next girl that I banged was like a fucking 6. And the next girl I banged was like a fucking hard 6.
You've been chasing that same rush ever since, haven't you?
Not really. Not really. Never slowed down. Not really. Now I'm like, not really. Now I kind of vet them for character, but like, don't get me wrong, looks is very important.
Well, according to Pop, they're all 4s.
And it depends. It depends. I'm on her past. I'm on her personality. I'm on her looks.
Don't ever let her. Don't ever let her cook for you, bro. You'll go falling in love.
If
she can cook, you gotta watch out.
I fall in love from swallow jobs.
You know you like some food. Pussy's only a close second. So don't ever let one cook for you. Because she might just.
That was the great thing about Ukrainian women. Is if they liked you, they would cook for you. That's how you knew you were fucking in.
Shinobi One says they're only hot for a short time.
That's true.
Yeah, AKS, if she ever asks if she can cook for you, say, fuck you, bitch. Stay away from my heart. We're getting takeout.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Plus, there's a thing called mirror manipulation tactics. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
I've not heard of it.
There's some beautiful women. Want to take a shot at it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's where they look at you, because women are always observing you, right? And they're if they're into you, that is, and they will exhibit behaviors that they believe you will find, that are a portion of yourself. You'll find them to be the missing part of your soul.
Yes, they try to live up to your stand. And they try to live up. Yes.
Right.
They try to live up to your standard.
But it's all an illusion. That was That was Nietzsche. You're talking Nietzsche.
Yeah. Yeah. And try to live up to your ideals. Yep. And to your standards. And try to live up to your ideals, your standards. Try to live up to your ideals, your standards, and your desires. Look, yeah. I'm a lot of experienced. Some sluts, and they do that. I'm a lot of experienced sluts. They're beautiful. They try to, and they give you some good ass sex. And they're beautiful, and they give you, some good ass, some fucking sex. And they try to, manipulate you. You kind of tell them on what you want, and they try to manipulate you. I don't know. It could be I'm all bullshit. But a lot of times they try to fucking pull the rug. But a lot of times they try to pull the carpet, out from under you with the worst fucking time.
That's why loyalty is so important. If they don't have that, nothing else matters.
That's some high level shit to try and manipulate you by imitating you, when imitation is supposed to be the most sincere form of flattery. But it's still flattery. And if they're only doing it to manipulate you, that's some high level shit, man.
It all just depends on what their ultimate goal is. If it's a long term, short term.
True. That's 100% true, Brandon.
There's not too many females that, well, that even understand the concept of long game.
Oh, you're not correct about that at all. Their goals and their motivations are just different. They don't understand it about things like financial planning or things like that. But as far as resource gathering and attaching themselves to a good resource provider, they think long term in that. You know, definitely not the majority of them anymore, which is why our divorce rate's so high. But
Yeah, I mean, they're pragmatists. And they're very pragmatic. In terms of romance.
So there are more that understand it than I would know. It just doesn't really show because they can't fucking help themselves.
a lot of times when they focus on short-term goals, their long-term planning is not fucking visible to us. You know, why do you need to secure the bag from one man when you could go on OnlyFans and secure a little bit of a bag from 1,000 men?
Yeah, because Simps have no standards. And because Simps will take aim and OnlyFans thought. And because Simps will take aim and OnlyFans thought and be part of her rotation.
You know, she can get dick anytime she wants. You know, but resources, that's a little harder to come by, but not much. You know, a lot of times all she has to do is smile, maybe show a little down blouse or something like that. She'll have 1,000 guys sending her $5.99. Can show more than that, you get more than that. Even nasty skanks. That they lose their soul when they do that.
Nasty Chihuahua fucking skanks.
Yeah. Sam did not approve of that.
I forgot to tell him to cover his ears before I said that.
That's all right. He was too busy reading Democrat diaries.
Yeah, the AOC newsletter.
Yep. Did you hear what the rumors are in New York? That AOC is going to run against Chuck Schumer for his Senate seat?
Yeah, I heard that rumor.
I'd love to see that.
I wouldn't. Imagine that horse-faced bitch in the fucking Senate for 6 years. Good God.
She's stupid as fuck.
You know, she's fucked up her district. Now she'll have a chance to fuck up the whole state.
But the thing is, though, if she beats Schumer, that would be tremendous because he wouldn't be the face of the Democrat Party anymore in the Senate. They would find somebody else.
Probably get that crazy fucking Japanese lady from Hawaii. Or Elizabeth Warren.
You remember they might up them
fucking Elizabeth Warren fucking on the news every night. Oh my God, that'd be torture.
And she's kind of retarded. And she's whacked out.
Not only that, she's whacked out and she's annoying as fuck.
And she's whacked out. And they might put Hochul up there, but they might keep her as governor. I don't like Hochul. She's a cunt. I don't like Hochul. She fucked up everything. I don't like Hochul at all.
No, she's horrible. She can't even follow the law. Pitiful bitch.
And I think they tried to Me Too Governor Cuomo.
Oh, they certainly did.
Yeah, because when they first, because they were praising him, and then they turned on him towards the end.
He's supposed to be running for mayor of New York City.
Isn't that like a step down? Isn't that like a step down from governor? I think he was trying to. I think I heard he was trying to run. I think he heard he was going for some other position. I don't know if it was mayor.
I thought he ruined
his presidential aspirations were short-lived.
And they Me Too'd, yeah. And they Me Too'd him. And they came out of nowhere. Because I think he wasn't following along with their COVID protocol. I think he was against them, the COVID, for the most part. I think that's why they tried to Me Too him.
What do you mean? New York was the state that pushed for all the respirators.
Yeah,
More
but then
people died in New York than any other state.
Yeah, but then they did the but the worst thing was Mayor Adams, who was under the worst thing was Mayor Adams, who was under Hochul, where he said that the whole private sector couldn't get a fucking job. I don't think that Cuomo would have done that. I don't think that Cuomo would have pushed him that hard to say, oh, all private jobs, you can't get a private job without a vaccine.
I just can't understand why some of these states keep electing the same idiots.
Stockholm syndrome.
My bad, Brandon. I'm kind of using trigger words. My bad, dude. I'm kind of using words that can get this stream. I'm yeeted.
Don't worry about it. We say all kinds of shit all the time that we get it heated. I'm surprised it's lasted as long as it has.
And we got 300 loyalists.
Yeah.
And we got 300. We got 300 people that are willing to resubscribe. We got 300 loyalists.
Oh, my numbers are complete. The numbers that you can read are complete garbage. Because
why is that?
Well, I've got 300 subscribers, but in 8 months I've had over 100,000 views. So,
you think YouTube was playing games?
Oh God, yes.
Or, yeah.
I'm being throttled like a motherfucker.
Did you ever hit 1,000 on your other channel, Brandon?
Yes, and then they killed me.
And that as soon as you hit it, that's when they killed you.
Yeah.
How dare you get monetized?
I'm not. I never even put in for monetization.
But weren't you eligible with 1,000?
It's not automatic. You have to sign up for it.
Yeah, but you need it. Isn't that the baseline? You have to have 1,000 people to be monetized.
I really don't know. I've never looked into it.
Well, as long as you're not monetized, they should leave you alone.
Yeah, you'd think so, but that's not how it is.
It used to be 1,000. You had to have a minimum of 1,000 to have a community tab as well. They changed it to either 400 or 500 plus a certain amount of watch hours or over 1 million views on shorts. Something like that.
I don't want 1 million people watching my shorts.
I think the watch hours required is 4,000.
Last time last time I heard, YouTube sends you a check. Last time I heard YouTube sends you a check for $3,000, and once you hit 1 million views, that's what I heard on one video.
Oh wow.
I'm on one. Yeah. Once you hit, this was years ago. Once you hit 1 million views, I'm on one video. Yeah. And YouTube sends you $3,000 in the mail, whether you're monetized them or not. I think.
Fucking own you then.
No, on one video. I'm not total.
Yeah, and then they fucking own you. Because you want that fucking gravy to keep coming.
Yeah. And like Mr. Beast, and like people like Mr. Beast, people like SS, people like SS Sniper Wolf, Mr. Beast. If you log in to YouTube, if you log in to YouTube, if you log in to YouTube and with no username, if you log into YouTube, I'm incognito. If you log into YouTube, I'm incognito. These people pop up. Mr. Beast, and SS Sniper Wolf. You have to ask yourself, why? You have to ask yourself, why? Why? You have to ask yourself how, and why. Why are these people, popping up, first? You have to ask yourself why. Why are they putting Mr. Beast, and SS Sniper Wolf, front and center.
I wonder what some of these channels, like Benny Johnson, a guy that makes 1 or 2 videos a day, that have 3 to 5 million subscribers that get over 100,000 views for every video they make. They must be making money hand over fist.
Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson is anti-establishment, so that's kind of weird. Benny Johnson is. He'll post videos that are like Alex Jones type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's that guy Scotty that does all the cars, and he got 5 million subs, and his videos regularly get 500,000 views.
And you got to give Susan rim jobs to get that kind of clap.
Boy, those people got to make money hand over fist.
They do.
And Susan porta potties. And Miss Susan, I'm even still. I'm the CEO.
No, she's dead.
How'd she die?
Some type of cancer.
Damn.
JR said Mr. Beast and SS Sniper Wolf are scumbags.
Well, Mr. Beast certainly is.
I've never seen him, so I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, he's a pedo.
My least favorite in the whole planet.
SS Sniper Wolf is an ethot. I'm from Twitch.
Yeah,
I don't know the story about Mr. Beast.
You're right, Shinobi. Feminism cancer.
I don't know the story. I'm with Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I've never seen either one of their videos.
Well, you can take the time now because no marriage, no cohabitation, and no new children will keep you out of indentured servitude and usury. And because you're a normal man and fuck women, that's why you have to fucking worry about the fucking gynocentric fucking court system. MGTOW is set up to keep you out of that fucking gynocentric court system by not, doing that kind of stuff. And if Hemi was here, what would Hemi say?
Don't bring your fucking girlfriends around here.
That's right.
Sorry. Hey. All right.
That's right.
So, be good to each other. Help a brother out if you have a chance. And remember, the golden age of MGTOW is ahead of us. When someday in the future, don't know when, don't know how, men are not going to be seen as expendable anymore. And that will be the golden age of feminism. I said golden age of feminism. My God, I'm a fucking retard. Fucking golden age of MGTOW.
You are fired.
Yes. So, peace out, brothers, and I will see you on the road again tomorrow, where
Good
we
night.
will visit the exciting and romantic West Memphis, Arkansas. The
Hoorah.
fucking shittiest goddamn place I drive to on a regular basis. So,
Hoorah, West Memphis.
yeah. Bye-bye.
Hoorah, Arkansas.